Papa Squad, coming at ya. I almost didn't do this video. I've been wanting to do it for the last few days, and I'm just so tired that I was like, nah, I don't think I'm going to do it. And I just was like, screw it. I just hit play or record, and I'm going to do this song. It is Edward Skeletrix with Slavery off of the album Body of Work that came out April 1st of 2026. This has been open on my screen for a few days, and I really want to do it. I just haven't had a chance to do it. So tonight we fix that. Slavery is the song from Edward Skeletrix, produced by David Peña. Like I said, it's off the album Body of Work. Track number 7 came out April 1st of 2026. Ooh, there's a lot of tracks on this album. 26 tracks? Wow. Body of Work, is this a compilation of a bunch of his stuff? Rap, southern rap, indie-tronica, conscious rap, spoken word, art pop, independent, experimental rap, experimental, alternative rap, alternative Chicago rap, underground rap. Okay, let's check this out. I have enjoyed Edward Skeletrix's music in the past. I'm very curious to see what this is going to be like. The little song bio here says, in Slavery, that's again the name of the song, Edward discusses his feelings of being a slave to his music and label because he needs the money coming in from both to stay alive and isn't able to speak his mind freely whilst under their control. Yeah, that would suck. That would suck. Let's listen to this and see. Nobody sent this in. I just saw that Edward Skeletrix had come out with some new music, and I really wanted to check it out because I enjoy his music. 4 minutes, 31 seconds. Let's get into it. Please like, subscribe, and share. Please go watch another video on the channel. CashApp, PayPal, and Patreon information is down below in the description of the video. If you would like to send me music to listen to, support me in some way. There's also a playlist that I put together recently. Go check that out. 13 tracks that have come up on random on my phone. All stuff that I've reacted to here on the channel and liked well enough to download. 4 minutes, 31 seconds. Slavery from Edward Skeletrix.
It's been about 20 minutes since my last shopping spree. And I just can't not shop. You know? It's a real problem for me. I go shopping a lot. And
What is this quote? The voice note features the voice of Carissa Barker from her YouTube channel, Carissa White. In the video, she admits to being addicted to shopping and the methods she uses to maintain and justify her shopping habit or her habits. Her story has been shared throughout various media and news outlets such as the New York Post. Interesting. I have no idea who that is.
Spend a lot of money on like clothes and things that I just don't need. So I made this rule for myself that I could only use the money that I earned from donating plasma. I could only use that card if I wanted to go shopping. And then I use my other money that I get from my regular job for like bills and things that I need and whatnot. But shopping, only this BioLife card. That way I'm not really losing anything by going shopping. I'm just losing a little bit of plasma. That's not a big deal. So.
Hello? I need help. I need help. Call my brothers. Call my sisters. I need help. I need help writing this song. Cause my wealth depend on this song. Please save me from the studio. Please save me from myself. Get out there and go break her arm. I'm a slave on a good day. Holding back on what I could say. Holding back on what I should say. As above, so below, it's a sunny day. Out of my body. Out of my body. Out of my body. Take me out of my body. Out of my body. Can't trust nobody. I'm a slave on a good day. I just listen what my brain say. I don't know if it's really me. No, those think I'm crazy. swear that you lived it. I don't wanna care. I don't wanna care. Out of my body, take me out. Out of my body, can't trust nobody. I'm a slave on a good day.
It's just felt like really dead and lifeless. I donated plasma today, as you can see. And guess what the first thing was that I did? I went to the store. Surprise, surprise. And
Wow. Very, very sad, dark track. And I think the quote, this Carissa Barker stuff is so absolutely apt for what Edward is talking about in this song. She's talking about really an addiction, right? Like, she is driven by something in her to sell her body by selling plasma and using that to then go shopping. She must sell a lot of plasma, because I don't think you get that much, and if she's shopping all the time, that would get pretty expensive. And but I don't know enough about that to say more than that. I just know you can't do it all the time. Physically, you can't give plasma all the time. But there's something in her that needs to go shopping and buy stuff, and that makes her feel good, right? And Edward is talking about a different sort of addiction, not even addiction. Maybe it's an addiction to making music, but he's talking about his desire to have money continuing to come in. And in order to do that, in order to not anger the label, he compromises his art and doesn't necessarily say the things that he would say if he were just doing it on his own. And so he's equating it to the same thing as having this girl having this addiction, or this young woman having an addiction to shopping and compromising her own physical self to get what she needs. He's not compromising his body, he's compromising his art, his integrity, his intelligence. And instead of creating what he would create with no controls on him, he willingly gives up or gives in to the control that other people are putting on him. He has to create. He wants to create. He loves to create music. But he can't do what he wants when he's creating that music. Not fully, not freely. And that makes him feel bad, cheap, like he's selling himself, because he is. But he knows it's wrong. At least it's wrong for him, but he can't not do it, because if he does, he'll lose his meal ticket. And what happens then? Then he's got to go do something else in order to pay his bills. He can't just make music all the time. So is it worth it? Is it worth it for him to do that? To edit himself just so that he can continue to do what he does now? I just listen to what my brain says. I don't know if it's really me. My own thoughts think I'm crazy. Because at some point, even before he starts creating, his brain is saying, I'm just going to edit out these ideas. So then are his thoughts actually his own? Is he not considering saying or doing things that he would if he didn't have somebody else looking over his shoulder and telling him, like, no, that's good, no, that's bad? So he pre-edits the ideas that he's going to have, the music he's going to create, the lyrics he's going to write, because he knows some of them, like, oh, I just can't even consider doing this here because the label won't allow me to do that. So I just won't do that at all. I'll do something else. And you see how kind of insidious that sort of control is, right? It's like people were talking, I don't know, in the last year or two about this concept of um, giving up control to like a dictator. Like it was like pre um, like giving in to the tyrant before they'd even asked you to give in. I forget what the term was for it. And it's a very powerful tool of tyrants. Like, I know that this person doesn't want me to do this thing, so I just won't do that thing, even though they didn't ask me not to do it. I have to look up what that's called. 1 second. Got it. Anticipatory appeasement or preemptive submission. This behavior involves ceding to a tyrant's potential demands early to avoid conflict, often referred to in political and psychological contexts as appeasement or kowtowing. That's voluntary servitude, premature concession, subservience. That's what it was. That's what it was. What did I just read? Anticipatory appeasement. Like, I think they're going to tell me I can't do this, so I'm just not going to do it. That's what Edward Skeletrix is talking about here. And it's insidious, because you start to doubt your own thoughts, your own creative freedom. And it must be terrible for any sort of creative type to get into a situation like what he's talking about here, because he could make his art on his own and not make any money and not be able maybe to continue to make the art because he doesn't have enough money, he doesn't have the free time, he's got to work, he's got to spend, he's got to do all the day-to-day stuff that people like me that I have to do just to get by. And that doesn't leave him time to make his art. But then he signs up with a label, and the label will provide him money so he can make his music. And he edits himself because he doesn't want to create something that'll make them say, oh, this guy, he's not gonna, you know, toe the company line. He's not gonna do what we want him to. And so his art becomes not his art. It becomes what he thinks the other people want him to create, or limits him to only creating certain things. Honestly, I'm surprised to even see a song like this on an album. I think it's probably a topic that a lot of artists have to struggle with and deal with and come find some kind of peace with, or try to be subversive and sneak things in that the label doesn't notice, and that they can then feel okay, like, you know, I did this thing, I got this little jab in. And there's a long history of artists not being happy about working with labels, right? Labels saying ridiculous things like, I don't hear a single on an album. I don't care about a single. I'm making art, right? The label cares about a single. The artist shouldn't care about a single. I mean, and you look at artists who have had very, very adversarial relationships with their labels. Prince, or at the time the artist formerly known as Prince. And there's many more. I can't think of any off the top of my head, but this whole idea of like not hearing a single. Tom Petty had that in the song too, right? Like, I forget what song that was where he says we don't hear a single. Tom Petty. What song was that? Into the Great Wide Open. Yeah. It was a very good album. 1991. Yeah, I was like 21, 22 years old when that came out. Huge album. This is excellent. It makes me sad to hear him talk about this, and to know that he, and I'm sure so many other artists, have to deal with this sort of issue, that this is knowledge that they need to compromise what they do in order to continue to do what they do. I don't have a resolution for that. The only thing it really makes me think about is I do a fair amount of creative work, or I have in the past, writing, game design, those main things, playing games, improv, and one of the things that I have learned doing all of those things is that restrictions on your creativity, or restrictions on what you're able to do, it's not necessarily on your creativity itself. It's like the physical limitations of what you have available to you, or what any other sort of limitation. give you boundaries within which you need to be creative. And those limitations can lead to ideas and innovations that you would not have considered otherwise, can lead you to do things that you would not have thought of if you hadn't had to deal with or attempt to overcome those limitations, or to do something incredible within this artificial boundary that's been set up. And so I hear what Edward Skeletrix is saying, like how hard it is for him, how he feels as if he is a slave on a good day. And I totally understand it. And yet at the same time, I think working within those boundaries that you have imposed on you, how can you come up with something better than what you could have if you just were left to your own devices within those limitations? Maybe this song is one of those things. This is him talking about how he can't talk about certain things, but he is talking about the fact that he can't talk about those certain things, or doesn't want to create those certain things. It's great. I did not expect a real think piece from Edward Skeletrix, and I think this is fantastic. I'm curious to check out the rest of this album. What has anybody heard about it? It's got a ton of tracks on it. This is track 5. Art is sucking the life out of me. Okay, that's it's totally matches with this slavery song. Art is sucking the life out of me. That's the track 10 too. So this must not be right. It's the track 20, track 22. Okay. Huh. Interesting. So what is it? That must be a repeating either song or repeating skit on the album. Huh, interesting. Very, very good. Very, very good. Thanks so much. This was awesome. This was very, very fun. Very, 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 very. I'm tired. Okay. Please like, subscribe, and share. Please go watch another video on the channel. CashApp, PayPal, and Patreon down below in the description of the video. If you'd like to suggest some music to me, send me some stuff to react to, support me in some way, all that sort of fun stuff. Also down below is that playlist I mentioned, 13 tracks that I've reacted to on the channel and liked well enough to download. This is probably going on that list. It's a sad song, but I like it. It makes me think. I like it. Papa Squat, check it out. Have yourself a good day. And bye-bye.